Hello there, welcome back. It is I, Wizix, and here we are to play the great Ace Chronicles. Last time we started the trial. And not only that, but we could finally convince the jury that the defendant may be innocent. And this time, we'll have to hear him again about a mysterious, maybe, fifth passenger in his carriage. The proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of today? You sure have, my lord. Then now to matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Again, no. It is not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. Truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all or keep my mouth shut? Plus what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. The carriage on the night with myself and the other man was not a passenger. It was me who helped the little urchin get away. It all happened. The what? No, Magnus McGilded. That's convenient excuse can't save you now. Yeah, really, I'm actually defending you, so why are you acting like that? Really? I'm very sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. But you'll be wanting to know why I say nothing when I was... What the hell? Nothing. Might have been dangerous. I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not in any way involved, you see. What? If the boys had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she's done it. They'd have hauled her into here courtroom, just like myself. I was only trying to spare her death. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was the young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. It's good convenience. No, yeah, I guess that's right. He's right. Telling the truth, totally. There's only no reason to believe this man. Prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the courts. You know, wouldn't be surprised. The urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to proceedings. What the hell? I was trying to get away. Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. To let the accused escape, secure the omnibus. Everybody close in emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos, as people stumbled over one another, inspiration to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Oh, dang it, really? And as always, I hate everything. 80th February, the Old Bailey, defendants at the chamber. I don't know, I like it. What on earth did just happen in there? Mr. Naruto managed to find out what happened. Mr. Sato was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that released smoke. Smoke grenade. Sounds like the sort of thing ninja use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. The trial will start again before long. Would have done something like that. The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom apparently. And who? Well, it's a young girl of around 15 I heard. A young girl, then could it be? The other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about. But for exactly. He wasn't lying. What's become of Mr. McGilded actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutors at the chamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk for what possible benefit to herself. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? 20 pence. Oh yeah. If there's this little girl, it will mean that, once again, the coach would have lied. Simple arithmetics will make 25, and yeah, 25 is different from 20. Oh, are you dumb? Yeah. We do 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. Comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. It seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. He's right, that is strange. On self of the defense, can you proceed into the courtroom? Trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I can imagine what she's going to say. It could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes. Who is she? Is she a jury? Is she something? Is she someone from the public, maybe? Okay, it's now 1 p.m. and it's her. She seems rather young. That's well, according to the last 2 episodes, or whatever you want to call it, it was always young girls who did the crime in the end, so I don't know, maybe. What do I want actually? Ah yes, now I remember what I wanted. She's 16. Hey, if it's Ray Giselbrecht, it will be incredible if it's a character that we already know. But I don't think so. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Have you ever builded a smoke grenade yourself? No, not a real one. Just something to make a lot of smoke. I may have done it. Anyway. Well, after that rather eventful reset, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded, now the Lord Zeeks. My lord, I believe you have established the cause of the smoke, which without proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, the sort typically employed by the army. Army? What an evil's name. It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. She was caught. Now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in the courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord? Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Don't tell me that she's beef. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bowl like that? I doubt. I doubt it is. It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. Miguel did give you testimony. We explained in the court exactly how this young woman is involved with the case. That's what did happen that night. It's not like your defense lawyer needs that information or anything. No. Okay, let's see. The young girl. The night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and probably nodded off. Then bigger, loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fast start. Was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set him up on the seat across from me. I turned to find out where the scream had come from. So bless my soul, what did I find? There was the child in there, all caught up in the ball, running her wee self away. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? This is exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the fifth passenger, my lord. Very well. Defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather no. Not idea where to start. Said it was a man with a small stature. And now it's a young girl. Okay, Anna took the back seat in the omnibus and probably nodded off. Why not? And bigger out loud thud and wee scream woke me up with a fast start. A loud thud, you say, and a scream. That's right, how can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. The soft noise. Do you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well, now you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me up, and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage, but they fell on the floor. Didn't see anyone. At the same moment, you hear a scream. From the seats above you, the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, my lord. It was from inside the cabin. I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. I was too stunned by the disparate sight before my eyes. Set him up on the seat across from me. You set him up? The victim, you mean? That I did on the seat across from me, as I said. You can plainly see the poor devil was already gone. You wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? It's common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Old Van Zieks, now why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in the carriage, and the normal person will hail the cabman. An upstanding member of the London society, that is. Well, now as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some will even see me dead. But I do try where at all possible to avoid getting myself at the tangle with trouble. You're suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? If it's alive, no. Was always intending to report it as so I was. Only had in mind find out the whys and wherefores before. First. Whys and wherefores. Right you are, there were some details I wanted to understand before. It was got to the meddling. The whispering I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Screaming said he heard at the same time a third of the victim collapsing. So it couldn't be her. Or maybe. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from. And bless my soul, what did I find? So where did it come from? I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now this is a queer thing. The weird scream I heard as I woke up came from, if you'll excuse me the vulgar expression, under me backside. Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Yes, of course, I know. This will be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. It's when I found her. Was a child in there, all gathered up in a ball, hiding her herself away. You say she was hiding herself? That's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball, when her eyes met well. My heart stopped beating in my chest. Really overreacting this. Then all I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin waggle with her. Seat opposites. That's right. There's next to the gentleman there. Is that this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably the scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, and seeing this young girl and gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGeldon. They believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact the girl and the late Mr. Mason. I'm alone. It was as I think everyone understand now, that at the back of the carriage out of sight. Something wrong. Because the stature is nuts. But I said it was. I said it was a man. That's why they thought that it might have been Mr. McGeldon, and now it's a young girl. Defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and really confused perhaps with this young girl. That, of course. The scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. I don't wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Naruto. Being the defense lawyer and yet finding himself, then as everyone else, at this testimony. I just say it's trying. He's only had precious little time to talk to Mr. McGeldon before the trial. We mustn't be dispirited. We must try to learn all the facts we can. When we arrived in London this morning, I didn't see my day panning out like this. No grumbling. When you had. How do you know? When you first got onto the omnibus, was there any other passengers already on board? When not, the cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. But the first passenger, as it were, I see. And that's why I took the back side as I did. It's the most comfortable, so it is. Please explain what you mean by the back seat. By all means, is how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite to the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, this is the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Okay, I've had enough. If this is plain and clear in my mind, however, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade. Lestrade? Like the inspector? The chancer earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called as a pickpocket. This girl here, a petty thief. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Answer the question, please. How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Girl, she's gone. I'm over here. Interesting. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. It's a little deeper, you'll say. Slipped up and got caught on the job. Got herself back into a corner so she knifed the chance. Well, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? Not at all. It's a cool offload. We're here to deny the truth, not cast. Though knives are for cowards, only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. And this cannon? I'm professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I've got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah. This one in the bag, I left it the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Don't wave that thing in my direction again. Another glass again. So you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. It's alright, Les. You can tell them the truth now. Well, among thieves, they probably understand each other's. Alright, yeah, just like the Irishman said. Oh, he's Irish. God has said this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, is a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady will now hear your testimony, if you'll please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. Well, I'm guessing that she was stuck on... Well, it's not really a seat, but... the little thing. I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. And it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you can't see a blind thing in a hiding space. Speech in there. And after a while, I hear this loud bang nearly jumped out of my skin. I did, and the scream just came out. Because of that, this well found me and helped me get away. It's rather short. He let you go. I don't understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, this simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night. The cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yes, it has appeared just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. But of course, the will as was taken there is that park myself on the seat for the duration. So you see, that's why I let the last bolts. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd simply assume she'd done it. I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined, and all the time I knew she was innocent. You must have realized action wouldn't result in your own innocence being called into question. It's kind, but not really. Oh, weird. At all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. Therefore, it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. What a perfect gentleman. It's fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. But who is it then? Saints alive. All 6 men of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty. Mr. Naruto, this, well, it must mean what? That we're victorious already? I want to know the end. We've won? Are you sure? Oh yeah, baby. At the sight of my Aaron Hill Wellington offense, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices, where evidence and reasoning shall be paramount if emotion rules the day. True. Winston's last statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you think Scotland Yard will have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in the investigation. Was things there? The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's not in black and white in the police reports. Evidence has been tampered with. Now to corroborate Mr. McGildy's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seats. True, indeed. I guess it was her, and the 5th passenger is a man. How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, Counsel? Naturally, you must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Yes. Well, my Japanese friend. I agree. As evidence doubly, you examine it in final detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what do you find the condition of under-seat compartment to be? I'm here to see the truth. Go ahead, you tell the call now, fella. Oh, this is all in the break.
Excuse.
This rates Lord Van Zeeks. Oops. That's my bottle. Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? What am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment at the seat of in the omnibus? It wasn't empty. I'm here for the truth and only the truth. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense, but as far as I remember at least. When I first examined the compartments, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? What are you saying now? I thought you were on my side here. I'm on the side of the truth, actually. It's way too beautiful. What game are you playing? The test is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? I advocate for the defense in this trial. I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. It seems to me that you state the facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. It's not altogether pleasing, fella. Simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. But don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A false memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable, though the court must consider facts. That there's a Kirby hole under the feet is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. You think perhaps it will be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? Or do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. The compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The house rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. It certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question if it wasn't that irresponsible. The money-lending fleecer and the big purse are lying. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinging rich are always thinkers, nothing but cowards to a lot of them. It's a trick, of course it's a trick. As long as there's not too much of them, I'll be alright. All of them. Guess I want to know more. I want to know what happened. Why it's a misconcur here. With calm calculated reasoning, one writes clearly the truth every time. Every time a different truth, it seems. You're welcome. Looks so cool. I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. But a verdict of not guilty at this time will be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, is the matter of the answering cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. The whole balance of the trial just shifted, and was beyond recognition. Repelled Bailey is at work, it would seem. You're welcome, my dear friend. Second, please. Let's open the door and go inside, shall we? What the hell? That's new. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong. Or just, well, his blood stain is so obvious, that's all. Yet Van Zieks has made no mention of it. But that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Yeah, clearly empty here. All empty. Something doesn't seem right here. I can't put my finger on it what it is. We have anything more than just this. It's not the same color. I don't think it's blood. Ooh, motion sickness? Here we go. Okay, I just want to look around. If there's anything unusual. And it doesn't seem like it's... Okay. You can take the carriage before they hooked up the horses just like always. We'll hear everything, we never know. We're already in the omnibus before it even set off on his turn. Oh, reaction. I mean, what's the point of spending a Dewey to make you a few bob? That's a rum idea, ain't it? As me, she means there's no point spending money to make money. Actually makes sense. I remind you that this girl is a brave thief. Very thief. I'll refrain from entertaining her tenants. Others clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. While paying passengers at 5p a piece, taking the 20 to which the cabman testified. And while his crab trays riding for free. The rare conk of the driver. Always goes for some grab before its last turn, see? That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? The hiding place in storage compartments. Of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. Always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. Won't ever seem to bother us so much. And yet, according to the report filled by the police officer who arrived in the scene first, the man was full of such paraphernalia. I don't know nothing about that. Like he said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat, that's all I can tell you. Seeming we reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. And nothing to show for troubles last night. Yeah? Tell me more. Waste of time, waste that. On most nights I'm on my own, in the guard permits, at least some of the time. You'd say good permits? Yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. One is any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. That's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. His cove was set on me from the start. He didn't budge the whole day, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. You mean to tell us what you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time, while events unfolded in a closed cabin. Yeah, right, mister. Sure to be sure, was shocked. As shocked as anyone. I don't expect to leave the cushion you've been set on and find a child now, do you? This missless thread couldn't possibly be the culprit then. You couldn't see a thing, and you still screamed. Why? You couldn't see out into the cabin at all. No joke. Was they pushed the cushion up with me and then look out the crack. And I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. See that get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? Most of the time the passengers playing themselves opposites. For some reason that night, this Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. For that reason you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. It's the only place to hide in the carriage, so it's Obson's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pocket in the open then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. Anyways, I was a bit scared. I'd just stick it out under there, nothing else for it. Why did you scream then? He said a loud bang, but it made the noise of someone falling to the floor. Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. One is, I made me jump. You made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right, and then I felt the cushion over me. It gets lighter all of a sudden. Normally when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. Well, it could have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and at a quick batches while I had the change did I. The Irishman was sitting up the block, who had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. It matches Mr. McGelded's account, of course. And then the fellow suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. When Mr. McGillett discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place, was scared stiff, was dragged out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. The blockhead and the knife in his guts was still bleeding. The carriage lurched a bit and then ended up falling onto me. Oh, awful. My hands got covered in blood, made me feel sick as a dog. Must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGelded, but well, is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Want to know my name and what I was up to on that. I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yeah, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, I didn't look up. And the horses were drawn out smartish. This Irishman says to me. Get back into the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. Was Smelly the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. One brief shining moment, yes. It's glad that they're all still very unsure. We just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony. I'm sure we'll clinch the verdict he will want. Because I think you're right, and I have this niggling feeling, something bothering me. I just can't quite put my finger on it. What do we have, actually? I already know, actually. Is dat het Wiesbom? I don't know. You don't wear gloves. That's a good first thing. But then help. Oh no. This loud bang. What do you mean by loud bang, actually? Want to read it again. Follow the seat opposite. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, wrong button. I don't know. Yeah, really? This time I really don't know. Like, there's nothing to say. Really. Like, literally speaking. What can we say? We don't have any evidence to support what we're saying, actually. What do you mean? One brief shining moment, yes. Okay. I don't know. Well, I guess, we'll know better next time. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave here. As always, thank you for watching. I'll try to find a solution to this. I'll try and retry and retry again, if needed. For you, that be it. I'll still think on my own for this. And for you, it's time to say goodbye. As always, thank you for watching. And see you next time. Oh, that's also glad that you watched. Take care. Have a good day, or maybe a good night, and see you later. Bye. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they actually changed something, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know, I'll see you later. Bye.